Hello again, everybody, live from Lightning Strikes Bowl in Fort Myers, Florida. You're watching the bowlers come in this evening, getting ready to bowl what I believe to be the #1 mixed league in the United States. 145 Audi usages have been won in 27 weeks. I'm Larry LICHSTEIN. I will be your host, and what a week we had last week here. 20 two-day usages won in this league. That means any bowler that bowled 300 or 800 with handicap, that has bowled at least 12 games in a league, won a usage of a brand new Audi from Audi of Fort Myers. And last week, 20 two-day usages were won, which broke the league record of 13 in one night, set in September, early October. It was amazing. It just kept happening. Game 2, Game 3. 4 or 5 people had 800, along with one game over 300, so that would have been 2 for them. Some people had 3. It was unbelievable. 20 all in all, and we're back this evening to be with all of you here from Lightning Strikes. And what a weekend we're coming off of. I needed to spend Monday in bed, to be honest with you. Saturday and Sunday, listen to this. 107,000 minutes watched and 7,000 views on Saturday and Sunday. An amazing, amazing number. We did not expect that. But when you bring the PBA to town, that's what you get. 2 great final matches with John Huff beating Ralph Brunt Jr. 267 to 257, and Evan Baranicki losing to Mr. Genevis out of Lithuania. 2 bowlers from our association getting to the title match. Basically 100-1 odds against it that a bowler from Naples and a bowler from North Fort Myers would have bowled in each of their respective divisions, the 50 and over and the 49 and under, for the title. But it did happen. We enjoyed doing the live stream for all of you. Let's show you what we have tonight. Got our split screens. And again, we want to thank all of you for being with us this evening, taking time out of your lives to spend some time with us here at Lightning Strikes. We'll have the close-ups. In case somebody gets real hot, we'll be watching. There's Billy Seymour, our GM. John Rakoski right there getting ready. And the bowlers coming in from around the region. Again, many bowlers from not quite Fort Myers, if you will. Some from Punta Gorda, some from Port Charlotte, Cape Coral, Bonita Springs, Naples, Alva, Buckingham, Lake Placid, and all of them bowling in this really wonderful league sponsored by Audi of Fort Myers. And as usual, we always want to thank Dave Forbes for his unbelievable generosity and support in the world of bowling. Dave Forbes will also, and Audi will also be sponsoring the Audi of Fort Myers Pro-Am on April 10th, which is a Friday, and the 11th, 12th, and 13th, the PBA Senior Tour will be here at Lightning Strikes. And of course, March 27th, the Eddie Foods Open, $5,000 guaranteed first place. $5,000 guaranteed. Again, an enormous amount of money for a scratch event. I'm just adjusting a camera here, bear with me. And David Stouffer also bowling up in the World Series. What an unbelievable week for all of us here with the over and under senior event Saturday. The Friday night sweeper, which Stouffer won. He went up to the World Series, struggling a bit there. We're all disappointed. But we want to commend him on his great bowling. Evan Baranicki, of course. And we're just thrilled with what's happening in the world of bowling here in Southwest Florida. Very happy for John Huff, longtime great bowler. And I'm sure his friends and the people in Naples are very happy for him. Hello, Laurel. And just great to be back with all of you as the house is filling. Joe, I drove an A8 about 4 months ago, $105,000 sticker, V8. Hey, Brett, what a wonderful, fantastic car. I had it for a week. I've never driven anything like that. I sure wish I could get one, but I think the payments are a little too high. So I started looking for a used one, and I found an A8 on the east side of Orlando, and the guy would not call me back. He had it for sale on Facebook Marketplace. It was an older A8, but I wanted to buy it, and he sold it to somebody else. I told him I'd come up with the cash. It was the right price money. I'll take an old ride. I wanted to own an Audi, but it just didn't happen. But again, we're thrilled to be with all of you. As you can see, the house filling up now. Bowlers from around the region coming in. Hello, Jimmy. Everybody's got to take a shot at winning those Audis. Last week, 20 Audis. My God. Thank you, Joe, for the compliments. Yes, it was a thrilling weekend for me. We hit numbers we never dreamed of before. Over 100,000 minutes watched, 8,000 views, and that's not counting when we got off the air. I got no idea what happened when we shut everything down. But I can tell you this much, bringing the PBA in was a major difference. And, of course, I believe the Eddie's Foods Open 2 weeks from this Saturday will bring in an unbelievable group with $5,000 guaranteed for first place. That's big buckaroos for any event in Florida. 5 G's guaranteed. Chuck Jennings on, Dave Hunter on. Again, thank you all so much. Many of you that were on this weekend for the enormous amount of support. It was a marathon, 9 hours Saturday, and just 6 hours Sunday, 15 hours on the 2 days. But I got to be honest with you, thinking about it the last few days and then reading all the comments, just thrilling for me. Had a lot of friends calling me, telling me they liked the live stream. Brad Angelo called me. He's going to have me on his show next Wednesday at noon. And we're going to, he live streams, and I'm going to have it on live where they can view me. Can't think of what you call it. I'm lost for a minute. But I'll be on next Wednesday at noon with Brad Angelo on his show. He wants to interview me about stories in my life and my career and the world of bowling that I saw in Buffalo from 74 to 88. Those 14 years that we were at Thruway Lanes on Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, New York. Can't wait to talk with him about some great Buffalo stories, and just great to be with all of you again. Cooper Gates on, Vittorio Pizzoli on, welcome aboard, Dave Hunter, Chuck Jennings, Gary Smith, Chris Robson, Dean Abbott. Got that great group on again. Lisa Michelle out of Mobile, Alabama. Welcome aboard, all of you. And it's just nice to be back. Great to have yesterday off. I spent the day on the couch. I didn't get up unless it was to eat. I was out of it after Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Today a little more active, but still feel a little fatigued. I think I went about from Friday night of the week before, and that Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday of the week before, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week. About 80 hours in 10 days. It knocked me out pretty good, but feeling better today. Feeling like I'm 71 instead of 91, and great to be with all of you. As you can see, bowlers coming in. Look at this side of the house, how it got our new tables in. Look at those high tables everybody's sitting at. The boys have been erecting them. Those are brand new. If you'll notice, those little tables with the blue on them will be out of here. Look at the high tables and all new black chairs. Look, you can see the chairs. And a new black table right here to the right. Beautiful chairs with cushions, I might add. As you can see, cushions on them. And nice tables in the back for people to sit down and have something to eat. Joe Panko, are you trying to get on my good list? Joe, this face looks 51? Joe, this face looks at least 71 years, 9 months, and 9 days. If you ask me. Or 10 months and 9 days. Getting close to number 72. It's coming. And again, a big week in 2 weeks with $5,000 on the Friday night sweeper and Saturday event. There'll be 16 bowlers making the finals in that event on Saturday. Qualifying Saturday, then cutting to the top 16, 2-game matches. Lots of action. And Sunday, the Paramount Residential Mortgage Group 9-pin no-tap with Ray Stevens. This weekend, the Paradise Vintage Market 50 and over group this Saturday. So lots of action here at Robert Eddy's. Somebody just knocked a cup off the table. They got the Larry Kiss Cooper. Yes, they did. That's funny. That's funny. And Chris P. was telling me he got all the Galaxy Lanes logos off our front pin setter shields. For the first time in 35 years, those are off. It no longer says Galaxy Lanes on those things. They finally went. Chris P. was telling me that tonight. Chris P., our head mechanic. Watch when the sweep comes down. No more Galaxy Lanes on the pin setter anymore. There was a round decal on all of those pin setter fronts. They're gone. So constant remodeling here at Lightning. And practice will be starting shortly. And again, a good group in here tonight. Place filling up. Lots of people sitting at our new tables now. Everybody getting ready for another night of action here in Southwest Florida. Well, 300's with or without handicap. Stolford isn't bowling tonight, so Tyler Altman is bowling tonight, folks. I didn't get a chance to say this on Saturday. But Saturday over at Bowland in Cape Coral, Tyler Altman bowled 867. 269, 268, 299, 300. In league, Saturday, 867, set the house record there. That young man is on an unbelievable mission, and he will be bowling tonight in this league. A fantastic young bowler, and we'll be watching him. .867. Jessica, league started in August here. This league right here, the Fort Myers League, starts up again in August. 36-week league with week 37 being the 4-team roll-off, which I believe will be May 4th, to the best of my knowledge. This league live stream roll-off for all that added money and team money on May 4th. We're getting close. Less than 2 months. Me too. Altman with 6 300s in this season, 5 299s, 4 800s. Just an amazing performance from this young two-hander who's gaining confidence and knowledge. And our association is very proud of his record. And, of course, very proud of Evan Baranecki, who finished second this weekend, and John Huff, who won in the 50 and over. You know, we're a small association compared to many in the country, but the bowlers really root for everybody in the association, whether they bowl in Naples or Cape Coral or Fort Myers or Port Charlotte. It's just great. It's just great to have our bowlers bowling well and healthy. I don't know what league, Danny, but it came over to us Saturday that he did. I believe it was Saturday or maybe Sunday. It was one or the other, but I know it wasn't yesterday. It might have been Sunday, but whatever it was, that was a monster. Just a huge, huge number. 867. Dave Seaberger on. Welcome aboard, Dave. And again, $160 bowlers in this league, 44 bowler teams. I think one team might have dropped out. I think we're down to 39. But again, very exciting. A lot of these people have never really won anything in the true sense. Many of them now winning. Many of them now winning cars for the first time in their lives. $100,000 cars. A lot of them put pictures on Facebook when they've picked them up. And again, we want to thank this great corporation, Audi of Fort Myers, and their general manager, Dave Forbes, for everything he's done for bowling. 2 weeks ago, he gave $1,000 away to the bowler, the first bowler who shot 300 in the Seed to Table tournament. That was Stu Williams against Walter Ray Williams. Stu Williams shot 300, got $1,000. Kalani Sabio, welcome aboard, Kalani. Again, action here at Lightning has been non-stop the last month. Doug Clark, welcome aboard. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening here at Lightning. Chrissy Stewart there on 16, the PWBA Rookie of the Year in 1994. Her son Brad turning pro a few weeks ago. Really unbelievable there. A husband and wife. There's Tyler Altman right there on lane 14 wearing a white cap. 867, I believe, Sunday. A low game of 268, 299, 300. Just an amazing performance. I mean, that is a monster. I don't care what you're on, it makes no difference. It's just not about the condition, it's about the fact that you can make every move, carry that many times. And that house is not what we would consider an easy house. It's an older installation like this one, where the topography can get you. Keep in mind, the bowling centers in Fort Myers that were built 35 years ago were built on swamps where the land was filled from the canals. Where they dug the canals, they took the dirt out of the canals, the soil, filled up areas, and then sold those areas and zoned them business. So where Coral Lanes is and Friendship Lanes, all on canals 30, 40 years ago, or all on wetlands, 35 to 50 years ago, all wetlands on the Cape. So, you know, cribbing moves, foundations move. Same with Louisiana, basically, being under sea level. A lot of those bowling centers constantly moving. Just bear with me, folks. Okay, we're back. Scott Chakosky right there, the man just walking back, top of your screen, at 8:35 last Wednesday. So I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're bowling more. They're more competitive because of the added money in these two leagues. The whole region seems to be more competitive in all the houses. And I believe a lot of that is because Florida really didn't get hurt in this county with COVID. So a lot of the bowlers are sharp. They're buying a lot of equipment. They're competitive. There's tournaments every weekend somewhere in this association. Lehigh, Cape Coral, Lightning Strikes. So what happens is they're bowling more, they're competitive more, they're focused more. And I believe that is why we're seeing the high scores. Yes, I'm trying to get the nursery moved, Brian. The nursery is directly behind me, and the kids have nowhere to go in here so naturally they're right behind my booth. And I didn't say anything to those kids, but these shrieks were getting me. Understandable. It's the world we live in the world of bowling. This is family night, and we want those kids here. We want them with their parents. But they have a tendency to get a little rambunctious, and we certainly know that. The pair on 23 and 4 right here with Daniel Gessera. Billy Seymour, let me find him again. 15 and 16, excuse me. That pair alone won about 15 Audis. Gessera's got 9. Seymour's got 5. That pair there is got a lot of wins on it. Mary Bergeron, hello Mary, my dear. Joe Panko recovering from ankle surgery. Hope you're doing well, Joe. Thinking about you. Joe sent me a box, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to be auctioning off for Johnny Petraglia's Pro-Am. Autographed pictures of Arnold Palmer. I haven't opened it yet. Probably going to open it up and bring it in tomorrow and show it to y'all. And told Joe that I would open it tomorrow and bring it in. Sheila Hankey on. Hello, Sheila. Was thinking about you, Sheila. Do you still have your bowling center in Barrington, my dear? I didn't know if you still do. I'd love to come up there and spend a day. Maybe this summer. We'll see. What a ride from Windsor Loch, Suffield area through the back roads up to Barrington, Massachusetts. It's breathtakingly beautiful in the summer as you enter the Berkshires. I'd love to do that. I did it about 35 years ago. I went there to Barrington. About middle to late 80s. It was great. And Leon Bailey from the United Kingdom. Welcome aboard, Leon. Ron Luchard on. Ron Luchard and I were laughing tonight because I called him a walking billboard. But when he wears a shirt, it's about 4 X's, and it's a billboard. And we're so happy that he had 300. Anytime we get one of our real avid bowlers that has a night like that, we're all thrilled because we know how much it means. 300 is not that easy. And when you get one, it's just a night to remember. I'm going to come up, Sheila Hankey. I'm going to call you. I want to come up there badly. I love that part of Massachusetts, and I'm glad you reopened. Thank God you reopened. Beautiful part of the state. I got my first 300 ring not too far from there. How far is South Egremont, Massachusetts? South Egremont in the Berkshires. Is that close to you, Sheila? Egremont or South Egremont. Long time ago. Joe Lassick on, Cooper Gates, Brian Sullivan, all the regulars. There they are, folks. Waiting for a Jike Williams. Where's the Jike? Jike's not on tonight. Duncan Katanic, where are they? Oh my God, 7 miles away, Sheila. In 1967, the Connecticut and Massachusetts bowling proprietors handed out the state awards at the Jug End Inn. And I went there at the age of 17, and I got, 18, I just turned 18, and I got my 300 award from the Connecticut State Tournament, my ring, my all events trophy, my team event win, my doubles win, and $3,250 for shooting 300. I got $5,000 that day. I went there, and the next day I bought a 65 442 from Russell Pontiac in East Hartford with my mother. I went up there and the next day bought a car. And I'll never forget it. It's up in the Berkshires. I still have the 300 ring, the 5,000 for the car's gone, the car's gone, my hair's gone, my bowling career's gone, but I still got that ring. And this April 8th will be 54 years ago, shooting that at the Bridgeport Bowlerama in my senior year of high school. I was 17 when I did it. Again, so relieved over this past weekend. When I saw those numbers, they were off the charts. It's all because of you and your friends and everybody you tell to watch. An absolute amazing number. 107,000 minutes watched. 8,000 views in 2 days. And that ain't counting when we're off the air. Who knows how many watched then? I mean, it could be crazy. A lot of my friends congratulating me, saying how good the commentary was. Lots of people sending me messages and just flattering, if you will. You know, it was a little tough, too, with losing our dear friend on Friday, Mo Pinnell. I lost it a few times when it sunk in on Saturday and Sunday. I'm still having a hard time with it. He was a genius and a friend and somebody who loved bowling like I do. We both did it differently in our lives, but, we both are lifers. So when one of those guys, close to my age go, it's shocking. He was 78. And doing clinics and driving across the United States, doing clinics at 78. You could not stop him. He would go into a bowling center and start fitting hands and talking about weight blocks and layouts and rotation and grips and the science, and just constantly teaching over and over and over, week after week after week, relentless. And we lost some man, believe me. Eccentric, very eccentric, very unique. Again, we're looking for large strings, 300 games. As we get closer to them, we'll put the big cameras out Try to watch some people get the awards. Does a 14-pound ball have benefit? Yes, it does in two ways. Number one, you pick up your swing speed, becomes quicker. Your release is quicker. Therefore, you will get more rotation and more power, but you'll also get deflection if you don't really rev it. There's a fellow in Connecticut from Norwich. I'm trying to think of his name. I will in a minute. Todd Lathrop won NEBA Bowler of the Year 4 years ago in his 50s, throwing a 14-pound ball for the year. Now, believe me when I tell you, that is a great, great accomplishment. He's been a fantastic bowler, but he weakened in his life over the age of 50. Might have had a wrist issue, a knee issue, a back issue, whatever. So, went to 14 and won Bowler of the Year with a 14, and believe me, when you beat those guys up in New England for Bowler of the Year, you've accomplished something. I mean, there is some fierce competition in those events. Jim Argion, welcome aboard, Jimmy. Dave Davis, the day I beat Davis in San Jose, was using 14.3. The difference then was I knew if he missed it a little bit, he'd plaque a 7. And if you watch the show with Davis and I, he left 4 7-pins. 3 of them were plackers, where that ball bounced left at impact and the 4-pin laid in the flat gutter. And I was hoping for that. I knew he would leave that. When I saw it in practice, he was leaving a lot of them. But Davis was so accurate and had the will to win beyond anybody at that time on the left side. He was the best left-hander from 65 to 74. And then, of course, Earl came in and went 74, 75, 76 Bowler of the Years, and that sort of ended Davis's reign. Although he bowled very well in those years, nobody could beat Earl. I'm sorry, nobody. And, I left a 5'10" and a fill ball. I was throwing 15. That Dick Weber 5-star was a 15-pounder on that show. And the reason I left the 5'10" was I moved left, looked right, took my hand out of it, and tried to hit the head pin. I did not want to foul. I did not want to throw a gutter ball because I would have lost the match if I did. So I had to hit the head pin. So I just threw a dart at it with no fingers. Plus, it was a conventional grip that I won with. I mean, I was leaning on it. If you watch the revs that ball had, that was with conventional. I was out hooking everybody on the show. I mean, I was just catching it. I could throw a conventional well. I knew how to do it. I like throwing conventionals. I led 2 weeks later against Petraglia with the same ball. Willard Butler on. Hello, Will. Welcome aboard, Willard. Had a chance today to speak to Brad Angelo, and last week Tommy Kress. Both will be here for the 50 and over tour. Brad Angelo is a great, great bowler. Now has Bowl U, and a great teacher, great coach, and has brought a lot of technology into the Buffalo area with Rick Benoit. And I'm looking forward to doing his show next Wednesday at noon. So we will be live streaming. We'll give you all the link when I get it. Well, thank you, Rich Carucci. Congratulations, Rich. Saw the baby. Very nice, brother. Yes, Michael Lichstein and I hold the record as the only father and son ever to be NEBA Bowlers of the Year. And interestingly enough, I was the NEBA Bowler of the year he was born. And we're very proud of that honor. And we're hoping someday we see it again. I would be thrilled to see the son of one of the great NEBA members now win a NEBA. George LeCain's son bowled, Rich, but didn't win one, but he was a good bowler. I know Steve Hardy's son, I believe, got close. I don't think he won. I think he finished second. So there are, I hope I'm wrong, maybe. I don't think Hardy's son ever did win. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he did win. But I don't think so. But very rare for two father and son to be Bowler of the Year in any organization. Of course, Dick Weber and Pete Weber never had it happen. How's that one? Think about that for a minute. Pete Weber was never Bowler of the Year, which is crazy. He was also never Pool Player of the Year either, take my word for it. I got him one night in Rochester. Oh, did I drill him. I set him up for the kill. I knew I could beat him enough to win money to buy a Corvette. That was my goal. And when we started playing that night, I told him that. I says, you're going to buy me a Corvette tonight. You just don't know it. And he started busting me back, and I was busting him. And at 3,500, he quit. I was upset. I begged him to stay. Joe wants to know, Leon, do you have daylight savings time? Joe, why don't you ask me the same questions, and I'll tell you exactly the truth. I've never saved a dime in my life, so it doesn't make any difference what the clock says. I don't have savings time, Joe. You do, but I don't. Hello, how are you? Now we're looking for strings. Let's see. We're looking for 4 and 5 and 6 baggers. Don't see any yet. And there's a 5 bagger on 19. And there's a good string on lane 22. Let's go down to 22 and see what that handicap is there. That's only 9, so that person can't do it. All right. Scores a little low tonight. They were low last week. And in the last 2 games, they went into orbit. It was crazy. Well, look at this bowler now. This is interesting on 19. Look at the handicap. 50 pins a game, unless that's for 3. If you'll notice, these handicaps are in kind of funny. In game 1, I think in game 2 they show you the actual game handicaps. I can't tell if the bowler on 19 is, I don't think he's getting 50 pins a game. A few weeks ago it was like that as well. I got confused. Of course, I've been confused before. Watching Rutkowski, the surgeon, there he is with that famous walk back where it's like he's walking his dog. He don't ever run one out. I know 50 isn't a multiple of 3, but I'm hoping, quite frankly, if you'll notice, some of these handicaps are, I can't figure it out. They're certainly not getting 131 pins a game. So that's the part that's puzzling me. Just have to wait a game and find out. No, this Sunday I am not working, Joe. This Sunday is a Scotch doubles tournament, and I am taking this Sunday off. I am working Saturday. But come to think of it, I got to look again. It's either this Sunday or the following Sunday I'm not working, but I will know tomorrow. But I need a couple of days to recuperate. Hopefully I'm only live streaming this week, tomorrow and Saturday. I'm a little under the weather physically, a little more than I thought I'd be. I don't know if it's attributed to the live streaming, the COVID shot. I don't know. But I've been feeling a little fatigued more than I normally do. So I'm hoping for an extra day off to relax a little and sort of kick back, if you will. Well, thank you, Kyle Francis. I'm honored to do this. Believe me, everybody that's on here, the regulars that we have, will tell you I'm very grateful for the kindness. I enjoy doing this in my life. It's something I can do. I'm honored to do it. And right now, this is the 28th week in a row I've done the Audi League, and tomorrow night will be the 28th week in a row, or the 29th tonight. 29th tomorrow night, be 58 total since August for the 2 leagues, Tuesday and Wednesday, not counting weekends, and then other weekends have been back, Friday and Sunday, or Saturday and Sunday shows, so maybe 30 of them. That's 60, 58, 118. I could conceivably have live streamed 160, 170 times by the middle of May, since last August, so I'm feeling it a little. But nothing crazy. I'm in good health. And I get $1 a word, which Leon Bailey and Brian Sullivan will witness, and Joe Panko. And the IRS gets 80 cents of it. So I end up with a little. And there he is, the weatherman, Eric Stone. Great career, world-ranked pinball machine player in every tournament he plays. World-ranked. Reminds me of Roger Daltrey, the pinball wizard for the Who. Of course, Stouffer not bowling tonight. Still up in Tampa. Oh, I got my friend here, folks. Can I? You want to sit with me? You want to sit here? Come up here. Come up here. Oh, but I got a treasure with me, folks. This is the first time I've done this. Check this out. Look who I got tonight. Look who I got with me. Yes, that's you. There you are. Look. I finally got my chance Everybody's held her but me. Tonight's the first time I get this beautiful baby, who everybody loves in this center. That made my day right here. It's made my day. Here, take this beautiful baby. Go ahead. There she goes. Everybody gets a chance to hold her, and tonight I did. Now let's check this out on 21 and 2, folks. Right here. So that's 289 with the handicap, I believe, but I can't tell. We're going to know in a minute. She's beautiful. And she gets picked up by, I'll tell you right now, it's amazing the amount of affection shown that little girl from the Boulders. I mean, she is a popular girl, and she knows it. Well, the Stewarts are legendary. Brad's great. His mother's great. Now they got a beautiful baby, so they're part of the family here, that's for sure. A lot of bowlers in this house with children. Tracy Bukowski's got 2 beautiful girls that she has in here all the time. Krista Robeson's younger children, not babies, are in here all the time. And quite a family. Wow, that was almost a solid 710. How's that possible? Yeah, so the handicap now transcended to let's see what it looks like. He had a 49 up there when he threw that first ball. So we know that. The 268. It's like 19 pins. I'm fooled on the handicaps. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just a little. I can't quite figure out the handicap scenario. But I know in game 2, it always seems to show the right handicap. And look here at this pair right now. With Billy Seymour, John Rakoski, and Dan Gessera really waxing them. There's Tyler Altman, who had 867 Sunday. Look at this game here for Tuesday, Tyler. All of a sudden he ran out of strikes. 3 9-pin misses in that game. You know, Ed Bourdet used to say strikes are for spares are for sissies. Rakoski's great. You can see him winning the tat twice in Vegas, walking back like that. 0 emotion. 0. And his opponent's saying, you know, what's this guy doing? He just walks back like it means nothing. And they banned him. He won in 2015-17. They told him, don't come back till you're 60. Gessera. Yep. Don't use those fingers, Daniel. And look at Ice Martinez. Oh, boy. Watch the release that this man has been so deadly with. Get a close-up and check it out. Watch the two-handed release of Altman. Again, he's got problems tonight. First time we've seen him bowl bad in really a few months, especially coming off 867 on Sunday. Wow. Very unlike Altman. Let's go to 9 and 10 and watch this right here. No chance for a car there. How about here? Nope, nothing here. Well, there's handicap at the column. There's no doubt about it, Vittorio, but it seems like our scoring usually shows what they get one game, but it's not the case here tonight, and this is the second time in a few weeks. I mean, nobody's getting 159 pins a game. So it should be divided by 3. But like Cooper Gates said, there's an odd number in there. So why would that be? So I think after this game you'll see that change. We'll find out as we go down the line. Don Cornette on. Welcome aboard, Don. She's happy. Watch Laurel Spinner. Laurel had been really struggling. Came in here and practiced yesterday. Called me about it. Told me she had to practice a little bit. And a lot of people have really stopped practicing since COVID, and she's one of them. She's a hairdresser by trade, bowls one night a week, so it's down to 3 games a week. And her game has suffered. She's working on trying to get her left leg underneath her and get some leverage. Good bowler, but bowled bad this year. Just has never gotten right. Oops. That's got to hurry. Yeah, you know, when you're not bowling good, it seems like nothing carries, nothing works. Everything you try fails. And the frustration sets in, and then it's not as much fun. Scott Cobb getting 10 pins could put this out for a car. And we've all watched Cobb bowl for the last few years. He is a very good bowler. He's definitely lined up in this house, can stay farther right than most of the righties. Cobb, obviously, in the hunt for a big game here. Brad Stewart struggling a little. Looks like scores are lower tonight than last week. I mean, there's some bowlers lined up, but all in all, last week was crazy. 22-day usages. At 100 a day, that's $4,000 won in car usages last week. 22 dayers, 40 days, 100 a day, 4,000. That's an unheard of number, folks. Unheard of. Jessica Barrett had a couple of real good nights, winning some cars in the last month, won 3 or 4, I believe. Boy, she throws it good. Her husband won last week and she won. I think they won 2 usage or a usage each last week, or maybe she got 3 and he got 1, but it was a lot. I know that. It might have been 8 in one night. That's her husband, Brett, following his wife. Great to see a husband and wife bowling well and winning cars. It's beautiful. Whoa. We're going to go right here now to Scott Cobb, I believe, or Scott Cooper. Might be Scott Cooper. Yeah, it is Scott Cooper. The lefty does have room, if he strikes out, it looks like, to win a car. We'll see. Well, thank you, John Bavoy. I hope things are well with you, sir. John and I have known each other since the 60s. Oh my God, John, where did time go? Where did it go? Wow. Cooper got a break there. That's a half 7 that went on that one. So he's in the hunt for a car. And of course, baseball starting up here in Fort Myers with the Red Sox and the Twins both having their parks here. And that's kind of cool. A lot of New Englanders here, a lot of Red Sox fans here in Fort Myers. Of course, the Yankees right up the road in Tampa. It's great to have Danny Battles bowling Saturday, the groundskeeper at Raymond James Stadium. And, you know, I asked him on the air if he met Brady, because this was Brady's first year there, but they would not allow anybody near Brady at any time that worked for Tampa Bay. None of the staff at the stadium, groundskeepers, cooks, electricians, people that had service jobs there at the stadium, all had to stay away. We're not allowed to meet him. And they protected him unbelievably. And they won a Super Bowl, and he got his second ring. Was there in 2001 when John Gruden won with that team as coach. He bowled Saturday. It was fascinating. He's a fantastic bowler. He does not throw the ball like a 50-year-old, believe me. But it's fascinating talking to him about his work. Been involved with grass cutting and mowing all his life. Got a job in a football stadium. Unbelievable. What a deal that is. Tampa Bay Rays in Port Charlotte. They're everywhere on East and West Coast. Trying to figure out what Canada is going to do with Toronto. Are they going to make them play in the United States? Does anybody know that yet? Or are they going to let the Americans go over there and play there? What are they going to do? I haven't heard about the Canadian scenario yet to the pandemic. Oh, Buffalo has one for the Blue Jays. I got it. Yeah, I kind of thought that would happen again until, obviously, the inoculations, get into the hundreds of millions. And at that point, I think they'll open everything up again. But obviously right now, it's still going to be a while, that's for sure. Show you something real interesting. Look what happens in here now tonight. Look at that. That's a pretty good crew. There's a lot of people eating. We take pride on our food here. Great food. James Oswald has really refined the menu. I mean, it's bowling center food. You're not going to get a filet mignon and lobster or shrimp, let's face reality. But the food on the menu is delicious, well-portioned, and very inexpensive compared to other menus. I mean, a very fair price for the bowlers. I'm sure a lot of them appreciate that. I know I do. All new chairs now, just every week something else. Starting to be the only thing old in here is me. No, I'm not getting pizza tonight, Leon. Leon, I got a hamburger or a hot dog tonight. I got a hot dog. Leon, I'm feeling very good, Leon. I'm just a little fatigued. What happens is I've been fighting fatigue for about 20 years, and it's helped me tremendously to rest during the daytime, but every once in a while I'll get a little fatigued and a little tired, and it's just something. My blood's fine, everything's good in my body. I've been checked. Physically, very good shape, so I'm blessed by God, really. But I fight fatigue when I work a lot of hours. And all of you will be in store for a treat, believe me, on the 27th with that Eddie Foods Open. 6 games of qualifying. Going to cut to the top 16. They're going to bowl 2-game matches. $5,000 guaranteed for first. I don't know how many pros will still be in town for that. It's sort of interesting, you know. They were all here for the Players' Championship in the Southern region and, of course, the TV show in Jupiter. Then they were here for the Tournament of Champions in Jupiter. And they were here for the World Series of Bowling, which is going to end this weekend as far as the live taping goes. And some will sit in a can and be taped for future weeks. But I think a lot of them are going to be going home by the 27th, and the other side of me says, well, maybe not the players from the Midwest, the Northeast, that have a friend to stay with here, where they're not getting killed in a hotel room. You know, if you got a buddy and you're done bowling, hypothetically, this weekend, and you can hang around for 2 weeks. You got a shot at $5,000. Not only that, there are other tournaments in the state you're eligible for. So, wouldn't surprise me if some of the big guns enter this event, this Eddie Foods Open. Of course, the PBA senior stop here. We might not have Duke and Weber and Barnes, who are going to be bowling the U.S. Open and the Masters. But we do expect Bobby Learn and Leno Monticelli, Johnny Petraglia, Parker Bone, Walter Ray Williams, and several more legends. Tom Baker, Jason Couch. Going to have some horses here. Yeah, blades look a little tighter, and keep in mind, it was freezing. We came in here tonight, and if you'll notice, there's a lot of people wearing jackets and hats. You notice? Some people actually wearing jackets and sweaters that are sitting. And I've been saying all along that cold temperature in this building does have a major effect. I'll find out about Scott Cooper in a minute. Does have a major effect on our scoring. But certainly had a good effect last week. I'll find out about Scott Cooper, Brian. I missed that. Let me see if I can find him. And if I can find him, we'll get a look. We'll find Robert Hilton. Yeah, they're pretty tight tonight. That ball was went pretty long. Usually the bowlers have a little problem when they're a little tighter. They get that happening there, as you can see. The ball just pushing to the right. And I'm going to find out and see if Cooper won a car. Bear with me, I'll be right back. Scott Cooper had 288 in game one. We missed it. I missed it. Sorry about that, folks. Joe, I remember the old lane mops. I used to have to carry them for the PBA. You know, it's amazing what I carried for them in the summer of '74 when I started. This June will be 47 years ago. There was not a lot of equipment compared to now. Now it's amazing with the electronic scoreboards you see on TV, the press room computers, the tournament directors' computers, true lane machines. Enormous amount of equipment. They carry two in case one breaks. I think they would have to do that, don't you folks? Carrying $60,000 worth of lane machine, not counting anything else. In my day and age, I carried a couple of floor mops and a Hudson spray gun. That was it. 2 floor mops, couple gallons of oil, and a spray gun. That was it. Nothing else. Ray Stevens off to a good start here. He'll be sponsoring our 9-pin note tap at the end of this month. Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. And my friend Laurel trying to get out of her slump. Oh no, that was a good shot there. Don't want to leave a solid 8 on a triple. That's not fun. I don't know where House Brown is, Lisa. I haven't seen him. Let's put this on here. He might be bowling down the low end, honey, 1 through 8. I haven't seen House throw one ball unless I think he's down the low end. And 14. Now look at this. Tyler Altman, who had a bad first game. We're going to watch him because he starts striking. It's a lot. 6 300s this year, 4 299s, an 856, an 867, and he's never bowled like this in his young career. So this is a young man that is gaining confidence, gaining knowledge, gaining experience, and again, a two-hander, and in our association, the best two-hander, no doubt about that. Not even, there's no one close, and he's good. Works a pro shop over in Cape Coral, so he's got drilling experience, learning how to lay him out, get some ideas. Had a bad game one, and all of a sudden, 5 in a row. Wow. That was in a little bit. Again, we're halfway through game 2. Saturday is the Paradise Vintage Market 50 and over group handicap event sponsored by Brian Copeland. So we will be live streaming at 1:30 this Saturday with all of you. And in 20 days, 3 weeks from yesterday, I go over to Lake Placid, see Dave Davis, and then get my second shot. So at the end of this month, I'll be inoculated, finally, and then starting to think about a trip or two this coming summer, if it's advised and you can do it. A lot of thoughts after being pretty much cooped up here for almost a year. We're going to go back here to Altman. Altman now for number 7. Those pins don't have a chance. And again, he's one of these kids that's just on a roll right now. 867 Sunday. My God, that's a lot of strikes. We got 2 big sets in this association. Ryan Tamburino about 2 months ago with 875, Tyler 867. Quite frankly, in 2 houses that really don't have a reputation for those types of numbers ever. I know the 867 at Coral is a house record, and here's 879, an association record, and there's only, to the best of my knowledge, and I could be wrong about this, 2 sets over 867 in the history of Southwest Florida bowling. 875, and Lauren Trenthill, who did sit with us in the booth last week, was visiting here from Dayton, Ohio, 879 about 14 years ago. 2 sets over 870. San Savoie out of Rhode Island, dead flush, and he can go out for a car if he strikes all the way. So he'll be kind of interesting. We'll keep our eye on Ray out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, now living in Punta Gorda, Florida. Jimmy Shirk on 25 and 6. Really a nice man. Might have the nicest Camaro in the world. He's got a 68 Camaro valued at six figures. Six figures. It's a six-figure car. Retired, worked for the city of Fort Myers many years. Had a knee injury. Had replacement, now starting to bowl again. Love to see Jimmy shoot 300. Come on. Get over there. Good shot. Really nice man. And become an avid bowler, takes a lot of lessons from Ricky Ward. And now this young man who is becoming a legend. Solid 10, great shot for Altman. It's two sets this year, 856, 867 at Coral Lanes. And again, not an easy house like this one. Numbers like that are off the chart in these two houses. Watch the great Rakowski make a close-up here. Just methodical, effortless. It's almost like he's bored if you watch him close up. I often wonder how somebody could be so relaxed. I could not do that. I was so intense when I threw a ball. I mean, even in the league, I was intense. And he's just the opposite. It's like, you really wonder if he's bowling. Every once in a while, I give some lessons in here. I was working with a young man today who's I believe is going to be a very good bowler. And it's amazing when you ask them questions what they tell you. And he says to me, no one's ever asked me these questions. And I said, no one has my experience. And he looked at me for a minute, and I said, well, where do you think I got the questions from? And he didn't get it. Then he got it. And at first they don't want to believe you because they do everything on the internet. And they think if you're old, you don't know anything. So, I had to convince them. First, number one, I said, you asked me to coach you. And then number two, I said, because I'm coaching you for free, the least you ought to do is listen. And he looked at me, and then he realized that, I'm really trying to help him. I said, just listen to me. Just do what I tell you, and just listen. And I gave him 4 things to do, and he really got it. And he was thrilled. He said, I never felt like that. And I said, well, let's see what happens now. Let's wait a few weeks before we do this again. Let's see what your results are. And it's amazing what they'll tell you or won't tell you with the answer you're looking for. For instance, here's a gentleman that's bowling, pretty good bowler too. I said, what ball are you laying down? Where's your ball laying down in the heads? I don't know. I said, do you know how to find out? He said, no. And then I looked at him and I said, I knew where it was laying down when I was 14. Now I got him. Now I got him. And I said, do you know how many boards your ball is covering? He said, no. And I said to him, why? He says, I don't know. I said, okay. So what you're telling me is you're pretty good without a lot of knowledge. So my job is to give you knowledge. I'm going to give you things to work on. And don't get frustrated if they don't work immediately, because they won't. But in a month, you'll figure it out. Well, no, I'm not referring to you, Brian. But I got him today. And today I got him. And I saw some things. And he said to me, I never felt that. I could never do that. I said, well, that's because you didn't have the knowledge. I said, you've got great ability. You lack knowledge. I says, I got the worst ability in the world and the best knowledge you ever want to meet. And we both started laughing. So, I love teaching, especially somebody that has a lot of potential. And I also like teaching people who have the desire to bowl that are lower average, that really want to get better. I really enjoy doing that. I'm probably going to be doing that a little more, thinking about it anyways. I love teaching because I feel if I can give them their dream, that's the dream I once had. So it's really rewarding when you give somebody that 50, 60 years of knowledge. He said to me, do I owe you anything? I said, nope. I'm on salary. And that's it. It's fun to teach. Brian, you're getting in line, bro? Well, I'm sure I can meet you on a Tuesday or Wednesday before league starts. That's when I do it. I got to be here anyways. And I enjoy doing it, especially when I know people have a burning desire to get better and I feel I can help them. It's fun. Keeps me busy. There's 259 with a ringing 10 and a solid 9. Could have had them all. For Altman. I learned something from Norm Duke. I'm going to say, I don't know, 35 years ago now. Can you imagine learning something from Norm Duke if you were lucky enough to be close to him? But Norm Duke got it from Billy Hall, who worked for me. And I never knew that. So Billy Hall is one of the greatest coaches ever lived. But he's from Las Vegas, so he's not really known here in the East, but he's a great coach. And he coached Norm, Danny Wiseman, Del Ballard, Chris Warren, coached Brian Voss, coached a lot of great ones, coached Amleto. Jake, you're back. I was waiting for you. I was wondering where you were. And Billy and I were driving that 18-wheeler, 1,200 miles, and stay up all night till we got there, then unload, then go to bed. And all we would do is talk about bowling. And he told me that I told him what to tell Duke, and I forgot about it. The payoff is Billy started teaching that to people in his career, along with some of the things that I didn't discuss with him, and he became world-renowned. And now he's still teaching in Las Vegas. He's been a coach for 40 years. And the reward is when they get better, you just feel like you did your job. You gave somebody that dream. You can only buy so many magic bowling balls. They're all supposed to be magic, but if you don't throw them right, they're not. Some people get carried away, they buy too many, and they don't know anything about their own game. So they need to be taught. I plan on calling Mark Roth tomorrow morning. I'm going to tell him about all of you and how many of you are on my live stream every week. He's still very interested in bowling. He's just moved to another facility, another room. And I got his number, and I'm going to give him a call tomorrow around 11. I'm going to tell him about the live stream and the minutes, people watching, and about this core group I have of very loyal watchers and listeners. He'll ask me some questions. Boy, I learned a lot from him. I can't put into words what he taught me. Boy, he has the instinct he had for learning was scary. Oh, I will tell him, Rick. I know that everybody thinks about him. He was such a genius on the lanes, and such a showman. And suffering, but I'm going to calm him and pump him up a little bit. So far tonight, folks, I don't see any 300 games. And obviously, they're playable. There's plenty of strings. But I haven't seen one, and that's also a first. Since the averages kicked in week 5, I don't see anything. Yeah, we've had some big strings, but if you'll notice, nothing even close to 300 tonight. Look, 295 there. Wow, a just miss on 26, a 295. Yeah, I would have to say that, Cooper, wouldn't you? But look, I mean, after 20 car night, that might not ever get broken. Rick Johnson, if I saw them, it was the most, I never saw anything like it. From 77 to 87, you know, or 75 to 87, and of course with Earl in there, up to 83. Roth, Anthony, and Holman during that time, 74 to 83. An interesting stat that from 74 to 84, Anthony had 6 Bowler of the Years, Roth 4, and Wayne Webb had 1981. That's never happened in bowling before or after, where in an 11-year period, 3 people won Bowler of the Year. 3 in 11 years. And that is an unbelievable testament to what was going on out there, because all they had to beat every week was Dave Davis, Johnny Petraglia, Nelson Burton, Jimmy Stefanich, Carmen Salvino, Dave Sutar, Dick Weber, Larry Lobb, Don McCune, Pete Couture, Billy Spigner, then Mike Albee, David Ozio, Dave Ferraro, Roy Buckley, Gary Dickinson, and in those 11 years, Anthony 6, Roth 4, and Webb in 1980 with 1. It was unbelievable to watch. Even Pete Weber 1980, it was unbelievable to watch. No one could believe it. Week after week, we kept seeing it. We would talk about it. Anthony 74, 5, 6, Roth 77, 78, 79, Webb 80, Anthony 81, 2 and 3, Roth 84. It was Pappas. The list goes on and on. And believe me, we had different lane men. There was different oils, different procedures, different surfaces. Of course, we were all on wood, but. And of course, we had the plastic era, and then urethane came in, and didn't make any difference. Then when Earl left, Albee took over. And then when Roth slowed down just a little, then you naturally had Walter Ray and Voss. Holman was still great, but he couldn't win Bowler of the Year. He couldn't beat, from 74 to 84, he could not win Bowler of the Year. It was amazing. I think he was second in the voting 4 or 5 times, 3 times. It was crazy. Asher. The list goes on and on. Davis and Petraglia, no matter how good they bowled, 74, 5, 6, 81, 2, and 3, could not come close to Earl. And those guys were as good as it will ever be. And then Albee came in 80, and we all knew he was going to be great. But he didn't become great until Earl left. I guess a lot of that might have been psychological. I think he knew when Earl left he might have a shot at some of his goals. But it was unbelievable to watch. I'm glad I saw it. It's like now, Belmonte is just this unbelievable, dynamic figure. And then you got, Prather right on him, and Simonson right on him, and EJ's right there. Now Kyle Troop coming into his own. And of course, Francois Lavoie, he's amazing. 3 majors out of 5 wins. That alone is crazy. No one in bowling ever did that. No one ever won 5 times for 3 of the majors. That is an outstanding record. Oh, Lavoie has got ice water. And Lavoie's mental game reminds me of Dick Ricker. Reminds me of Walter Ray in his prime. Unflappable. Ricker, Walter Ray, Sutar. Great mental games. It could be over the weekend, the pattern. I don't know, Rick. I got to be honest with you. I don't get into it like I used to. All I know is I didn't expect 20 last week, and neither did anybody else. And after game 1, I didn't expect it. We had maybe 4 after game 1, maybe 5. And then it just went bonkers. And that's the world we live in bowling. It's like a baseball game. One game it's 17-3, and the next day it's 2-1. Same field, same teams. I mean, how many times have we seen that? 17-14, the next game's 2-1. It's like, really? What happened? Same lineup, same manager, same players, same field. It's a dome stadium, same environment. It's just the nature of sports. I don't know, I think I told you folks a few weeks ago that Anthony Simonson owns the lanes in Jillian's on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. If you're on the Horseshoe side, you walk down 2 blocks, it's on the left. I think of that is one of the most remarkable feats for a bowler in the history of bowling. Number one, he's only 23. And number two, for him to own a bowling center on on Fremont Street in Las Vegas, take my word for it. That is an accomplishment. And when Vegas bounces back, they'll be in that bowling center. That young man, what he's done in a short period of time is absolutely remarkable. They say he's got a little bit of a temper on him, and I'm sure he'll learn how to control it. But Fremont Street's big time where he owns it. Believe me, right down the street from Binion's to Fremont, the Golden Nugget, and the Four Queens. My God. The foreign players have definitely equaled the United States in skill level in recent years. You know, obviously Belmonte, Mika Kobiemeni, Francois Lavoie, just to name a few, and they keep coming. Thomas Larson, Pontus Anderson, and the list is on and on. Stream resolution just plummeted? Really? Wasn't supposed to do that. Might be your internet, Coop. I look pretty good here, brother. Then again, I've had my nights where all of you have definitely told me we've had problems. But right now, we're looking pretty good on my cell phone. The solid 8, folks. There's a Randy. As we get into game 3, again, nothing tonight. I cannot, if somebody's won, I don't know who, but we've never pitched a shutout in any week, ever. Never been a shutout. It's also never been a week with 20. sort of an interesting scenario. Kent Lee says it's okay, all right. Oops, ooh, a little dance there. Oh boy. Justin Kalicki with the Fred Astaire look. Whoa, almost. So Buffalo is the string training home, or the home for Toronto. I got it. Mike Quirk says that. Now that's a first. Keep in mind, on April 10th, Audi Pro-Am Day, which is a Saturday, David Forbes will be giving Johnny Petraglia a check for $5,000 for Johnny's charity, the BVL. And we will be running auctions that day for things we have. Tomorrow I'm going to bring in some things that Joe Panko has donated and show them to you. And David Stouffer's going to be running the auction, and Johnny will be with us all day, and that's the only day I can live stream during that PBA event. So I'm going to have John with me a lot in the booth, talking about his career and his charity, and then Flo Bowling comes in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, does the actual competition, which for me is very acceptable. They do an unbelievable job, and they should be protected by the PBA. You know, with their expenses and what they've done for bowling, they need to get that protection. I had that when I was player service director. On my contract, nobody could come in that parking lot and drill balls other than the House Pro Shop, which was there for their customers. So I was protected very well, and I believe that with the job they have done for PBA and their live stream, they're great. We owe them a great deal of gratitude. Hopefully I'll be a guest. I'd like to sit with those guys and talk a little bit. Hopefully they'll invite me in. But it'll be the first tournament since I have worked here where I can walk around the concourse talking to people and following the crowd for some big scores and enjoying bowling as a spectator. And I got to be honest with you, I can't wait. I love live streaming, but I'm not upset that I'm not live streaming that. If there was no live streaming, I'd say, well, why wouldn't you let me? But there's great live streaming. They've got a great setup. But that Saturday I'll be with Johnny. Many of the touring pros that are bowling, I will have interviews with that day that are bowling in the Pro-Am. So I would want all of you, I'll give you the timeline, about a week before, but I should be live streaming 6-7 hours. Lots of interviews with some very dear friends. Devin Richardson, who really bowled well this weekend. Very nice, Devin. Devin missed cashing by 11 pins on the 49 and under side. All 5 games over 200, bowled great. Nice performance, Devin. Ray Stevens, 23-4 here now with a 21 pin handicap. So the 279 will get him into one. Ray's bowled very well in this league. Out of 300. Our sponsor for Paramount Residential Mortgage.
So you should have some money. You want to bowl?
No, broke it late. Week 10. Okay, going into tonight, 145 2-day usage is one. That's 290 days at 100 a day, $29,000. An actual rent-a-car costs $29,000. You heard me right. So, as usual, we want to thank David, Barry Seitz, and everybody at Audi of Fort Myers. I'm looking for an Audi convertible. I'll buy one right now. I get a 2003 or 4, one in nice shape. Would love one. There's one right next door at a garage, but they told me it isn't running too good. And it's for sale, and it needs a lot of work, but the body on it's beautiful. But I cannot afford to buy a lemon, folks. And yesterday was Dave Sutar's birthday. He was 81. I called Soupy up yesterday. And for those of you that want to find out how good he was, pull him up on YouTube. Watch Sutar in the 70s and 80s. Is he great? Lives up in Bradenton, Florida with Judy. Remember the WIBC Hall of Fame, the 73 and 75 PWBA Bowler of the Year. You talk about a husband and a wife with some talent. My God. Both teenage superstars, one from Detroit, one from Kansas City. Oh, good try there. Don't tell me that was for a car right there, was it? No. Okay. Say, you don't want to lose out on a car with that shot. Then tomorrow night, week 29. Getting up there now, folks. In May is when we will have our roll-offs for this league. I believe it's May 4th, which is a Tuesday. You might want to check. And then May 5th, a Wednesday, back-to-back live streams of a stepladder format in May. And then in May, the Ladies Florida State Tournament will be here for 4 weekends in May. And last year we watched Ashley Crowder bowl great. Kerry Burden had 300. Some of those ladies are fantastic bowlers that won state titles. So we'll have a chance to do some live streaming in May, I'm sure. Now the bowler here at the bottom has 52 pins. Probably has the best shot of anybody tonight with 39 plus and 52. Already at 91 over. This strike right here would get them at the 300 threshold. So let's see if we can sneak out a win here. If this bowler's getting 52, and again, these handicaps got me a little confused on the way the calculator is working. But let's see what Frankie Fry gets right here. He throws the ball pretty good. Watch Frankie bowl. Sure he'd like to win a car tonight. That's got a chance. Atta boy, Frankie Fry. Yeah. We got a little action there. So we'll come back to 39 and 40. We don't want a shutout tonight. I don't like shutouts. That was 269. Girl, Laurel throwing it a little better. Probably her first six-bagger in months. Boy, when you get in one of those slumps and you're not practicing a lot, it is a tough game. You know, you come in, you bowl 3 games, and you wait 163 hours and you bowl 3 games. Then you wait 163 hours, and it's not easy. There's just no time to learn, develop bad habits. Let's watch Frankie Fry now. Let's see if he can get the 7th one here. That'll get him right in the hunt for a car. Atta boy, Frankie. Good shots the last couple right there. We'll come back to Frankie in a minute. Scott Whiteleather on 29 and 30 has a shot here. He's getting 25 a game. That's a good shot. Come on, hard. Atta boy. Okay, now he's in the hunt. Oh no, that was Scott Chakosky. Excuse me. That's him there. Thought Whiteleather had it. Both Scotts. That's Chakosky's got a chance at it with 25, so he's in the hunt. Looks like this game they opened up a little bit. Like I said, it was freezing in here when we got in here at the start of league. That temperature might have had a lot to do with the ball's just not moving a lot. Got Cooper looking pretty good. We'll stay right here with Ginger. Ginger bought an Audi about 3 months ago. Ginger Garrell right here went over to Audi Fort Myers, bought a new car. Says she loves it. An ex-Marine. This lady right here in the Marine Corps. How's that? In the Marine Corps. Doesn't look too happy. Nobody likes to flag those one-pinners. We understand, don't we? All right, Frankie Fry now for number 8. And this will put him in great position to win a car if he gets it. That's a good shot. Come on, come on. Yay, flower pots to rack. Check it out. Those are really good shots he just made. So he's on the first 8 on 39 and 40. We'll be keeping our eyes open there. Looks like they opened up a little bit where we don't want a shutout. We've never had one since week 5. when the handicaps kicked in. We never had a shutout. So hopefully we won't have it tonight either.
What did you do? What did you do?
Tchaikovsky with spare and 7. Last week he had 834 on Wednesday. So right now this young man from Cape Coral bowling very well and has a chance now for a car this evening, which I'm sure he'd love. And we're going to watch Frankie Fry on this next shot here coming up for 9 in a row, and I believe he's locked into the car right now. If that handicap is for one game, that's the one thing I don't know. I can't tell. I've got no idea. But we'll find out right now. One thing's for certain, he keeps striking, he'll get a car. That's a no-brainer. Regardless of his handicap, if he strikes out, he's getting a car. Looks pretty good. Oh, terrible break. Light hit 410. Oh my God. Look at that. That was really a good shot and a terrible break on a light hit. Now, if I were him, naturally I'd try to make it, but let's see what he does here. 2 in the gutter. Now let's see what his score is. 1 is 2. So he's 286. Needs a mark in the 10th, but it would have been 288 if he got 2 pins. So he needs a mark in the 10th for a car. On a night when scores were rather low, he needs a mark, okay? I hope he knows it. Just put 10 in the pit and get a car. It's that simple. I'm going to check down here to see what we got. And nothing close this evening, folks. Which, quite frankly, I'm surprised. Normally, by game 3, Now the bowler Brett bowling here could triple and get a car. .286 there with chance for 20 and a tenth. And right now that's it. They're the only two. Scott Tchaikovsky coming up now could also get a car here. He's getting 25 pins, so he needs 275, which means a double. If he doesn't strike here, he cannot get the car. The most he could bowl is 269 and go 294. So he's got to have this one. I know. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, my timing's a little better.
And Tchaikovsky now with definitely a chance for the car. And Frankie Fry with a chance here for a car. Two cars. Shutout tonight so far. Last week, 20. 20 last week.
Patty was saying she thought the scores were really high
Yeah.
last week in general.
Yeah.
Our team, we weren't. I see.
So Frankie Fry coming up here now shortly. And Scott Tchaikovsky coming up, who needs one strike for the car. So we've got two bowlers now. We've had several nights where there was only three. We were averaging about 6 until last week, and then that number went into another world. So here we go.
I need it because I slipped out on my tidbit. I'm going to get my ball. He has it.
How can they afford Gilbert? I'll tell you exactly how. Good question. The majority of your major Audi auto dealerships in this country have a 50-car rental fleet. And the reason is this particular dealership has an enormous clientele in Marco Island, Florida, Sanibel Island, Florida, and in the region. About 70 miles from Naples, literally up to Northport. And rather than have the customer come in and wait, sometimes it's more than a day, sometimes it's 2 days, sometimes it's 3 days, and they don't want their customers to wait. So what they do is they have drivers that drive over to the customer's house, bring them a brand new car, take their car back to the shop. When their car is done, they bring it back to them and pick up their car. So they never leave their house, ever, ever, ever. They don't have to. Well, with 50 cars, not all of them are out. So the rental fleet is there for promotion, if you will, and for our bowlers here to come in and get them for 2 days. And we've spread it out. Usually 3 or 4 a week go out, and by the middle of the end of the summer, they'll get caught up probably. But the bottom line is, I asked the same question you did, exactly the same question. How could you do this? And I was told they have 50 cars each year they use for their customer base, and at the end of the year, those cars get sold as a 1-year-old loaner, if you will, with full warranty. And it's such a wonderful, oh, Frankie's got it. He's got 300. No shutouts tonight. Check this out, folks. Atta boy. Frankie Fry. Will win a car tonight. But what they've done is they've used that fleet for these league bowlers. And it's really something I never knew about. In other words, you'd understand it that way. If they have a rental fleet for their customers, they can use that for promotions, potential buyers. I think it's great. So do our league bowlers. They love it. And Frank Fry with a bad break on a 410 light and a 4.9, but he's got enough. I believe he's got a car. Let's take a look. Hope the scoring unit's right. Hope I'm right. There it is, 314, the magic number. Frankie Fry stopping the shutout. Thank God. Now we're going to watch Scott Tchaikovsky, who obviously can get one here. And keep in mind, we don't know about 800s. Fry might have had one, and so might have Tchaikovsky. So it looks like 2 on a slow night here in Fort Myers, a cold night, I might add. Will be one. We're going to come right back to Tchaikovsky in a second. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's go to 29 and 30. And I believe he needs this one right here for a car. Yes, he does. If he gets 9, he does not win it. If he gets a strike, he does. He knows it. He's a good bowler. 834 last Wednesday night. And there it is. 10 in the pit for the lefty. A car and lots of tattoos. Now one more, and he might have had 800, so he might get a deuce here. Keep in mind, we don't know that till the scoring unit comes in. But and I specifically asked that Gilbert, how are you going to do this? How are you going to give all these cars away? Well, I guess when you got a loaner fleet in your dealership, you can do as you choose. When you're the GM and you want to promote your product. And there it is, 290 and 25, a 315. So Tchaikovsky getting one tonight. Very nice man. Known him many years, and I'm sure he'll enjoy driving that new Audi for a couple of days. And a messenger for 290. Yes, Hoss. 315. Big smile. That's 2. Keep in mind, there might be 800s out there that I missed. See if we can see some scores. No, nothing there. Nothing there. Let's go up the ladder a little. No potential there. And none there. Nothing there, that's for sure. Nothing there. And it looks like 2 for sure. on a cold night here inside of the bowl. Rick Wilbur, we'll see you tomorrow night for another great evening. Thank you, as usual. Yo, what's up, bro? I saw you almost fell one shot.
Went over the line,
I saw that.
and it would have probably been a 290 game if that would have gotten in my head.
Yep.
Did that.
I know. Hey, Tyler, come on in here. I gotta ask you some questions.
Yes, sir.
I want to know what was that all about. I want to ask you a question, if I may.
Sure. Shoot away.
Sit a little closer to me. What does it feel like to shoot 867? What is that? Where did that come from?
That came out of nowhere for me. It was just, I got a new ball and I tried it over here a couple times, didn't like it. And I'm like, let's try that Coral, see what happens. I'm 1 and 2. I'm like, what could go wrong? And the ball went really well than I thought.
What
to be
ball
honest,
was it?
The Obsession Tour.
No,
The Tour edition, I thought it was gonna be much smoother, but I mean, over here 1 and 2 it was hooking.
So you went 269,
I went
268, 299, 300?
Yeah, I went 299, 268,
300.
300. Yep.
Now, what'd you leave in the 299?
7 pin.
I've seen a few of them this year.
Yeah.
So this year you have, if I'm correct, 6 300s, 4 299s?
I have 8 300s and
8 300s this year.
Yes, I have 8 300s and then, 3 800s.
I think that might be an association record
I think
for
also
Southwest Florida. Oh, you might have.
Yeah, he does. I think so.
So you had an 856 and an 867?
Yes.
How many other 8s
That is my 8th 800
this year?
this year.
8 300s, 8 800s. I know it's the best you've ever bowled.
Oh, 100%. It is. This is the best season I ever bowled. in
What do
years.
you think the change is? What has happened?
I did some pitch changes with my fingers, my laterals, and
Yeah.
I've been liking them very well, and it's been going
How much
really
away
well.
are you?
I am 3/8 on my middle finger,
Yeah.
and then 3/4 away from my.
Yeah, you know Belmonte's an inch away.
I tried that. I I
Too
feel
much.
Like,
It's
I
not,
just-
you don't
I-
get enough on
I
it.
just feel like I'm losing it, so I
Yeah.
have to catch
Yeah,
it more.
you got to catch it. Brian Robinson's an inch and a half away.
I know. I felt it. I threw one of his.
Yeah, it's tough to hold
Oh
on to.
my god! I just
like your
I
hands
dropped
wide
it.
open.
Oh yeah, I dropped it, and then he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Well, my fingers are too big, and plus, I mean, I feel like I'm holding the ball like this.
Yeah.
Like I can't get underneath it."
I'll tell you, that's a fantastic record, 8 and 8. You still got 2 months left.
I know.
mean, that's they don't fall by themselves in 2 different bowling centers.
No, they do
I
not.
mean, you got to be doing something right.
especially at Coral. It's tough over there a little
It's
bit.
tough. It's tough. The older houses where the foundations moved, the topography causes that. Coral was built in wetlands.
Yeah, they were.
And wetlands move. They're very flat in the beginning, and then buildings move over 35 years due to the water table. We're only 3 feet above sea level here,
It's very true.
so all buildings in Southwest Florida move, especially ones that were built on pylons and directly on wetlands.
Yep.
And very common in Florida, very common in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Any low areas, but great bowling. I wanted to get you in and congratulate you.
Thank you.
We got the news Sunday. Wow,
I know. I saw that.
that's an unbelievable number. I'm glad you're having a great year. Keep it up.
I will. Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. That's an unbelievable number, ladies and gentlemen. 8 and 8. Wow. 8 and 8. 8 300s, 8 800s. A fine young man. Works the pro shop over at Coral Lanes for Adam. And I got to be honest with you, when I see these young kids like Tyler and Baranecki and many of the young boys, Bobby Hamilton, that have been bowling now many years, I'm thrilled that they're having these types of careers. These are kids that have bowled since junior leagues, 7, 8, 9 years old. I knew Tyler at that age. I saw Tyler bowling at 10, Evan Baranecki at 10. So For them to have gotten this good now, 13, 14, 15 years later, it's great to see. Thank God. Thank God they stayed. Let's go back to 17 and 18, see what we got. See if we have any more chances for 800. Brandon Rucker on. Hello, Brandon. Brandon Rucker having a great season himself, winning the state youth championships in the boys division, I guess that's what they call it. Great bowling for him. Devin Richards having a great weekend. And Evan finishing second out of our junior programs here, and Tyler Altman with a record year of 300s, 800s. Some of our youngsters that have been carrying it to the next level. It's great for us as fans to see that. And it looks like we're pretty much done. I don't see anything here. Let me check 15 and 16 close up. And nothing there. So it looks like 2 wins tonight. Scott Tchaikovsky and Frankie Fry. Bringing it up now to about 147. 147 2-day usages. It's about $29,400 based on 100 a day. It's a lot of money. Again, yes, Joe, in the words of the great Fred Gwynn in My Cousin Vinny, the 2 Utes? What's a Ute? The 2 Utes, knocking them dead. And great for us, all of us, to see that when our youngsters have great evenings. I'm looking at scores. I don't see a heck of a lot here as we wind down. Keep in mind we will be live streaming the live sweeper tomorrow night also for those of you. Leon, we'll see tomorrow night. The live sweeper will be on after the league. Dave Stouffer will be back running the sweeper. We've had some great bowling in recent weeks in our sweepers, so we hope you all join us. And I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't see anything going on down there, down the low end. I might have missed something, but we don't have cameras down the low end, so I don't see anything that would lead me to believe there's any more cars won. So it is 2. Good night, Vittorio. Thank you for watching as usual. Again this weekend, the 50 and over, presented by Paradise Vintage Market. Should be about 60, 70 bowlers in that field. Looking forward to having all of you join us again tomorrow evening. Thank you, Cooper Gates, as usual. As the season winds down, close to 30 weeks. I think next week is week 30. And keep in mind the roll-offs for this league and Oaks Farms will be Tuesday, I believe, May 4th, Wednesday, May 5th. And that's big money. A lot of money at stake in those roll-offs. We should have a great audience for those weeks. And, of course, March 27th with the $5,000 Eddie Foods Open. 6 games qualifying. The top 16 will bowl 2-game matches. And it's going to be a lot of fun for all of us. Tom Cook, thank you, Tom. Yeah, from 20 to 2. You know, it's funny, Joe. We had a week early in the season where it was 3, and then it went 9, then 13. Well, we know next week it's only going to go up. I don't see it staying like this, but I must tell you, it is freezing in this bowling center, and I think it has to do with oiling time and inside temperature. And our new refrigeration unit in here, if you'll notice the bowlers, a lot of them in jackets and long sleeves and sweatshirts, and it's not that cold outside. Some of them just typical Floridians, they wear shorts and light shirts, but a lot of spectators, if you'll notice, bundled up a little bit in here. And another night of great bowling here at Lightning Strikes. Yeah, I got it right, Tom. It took me a while. I'm the worst. I'm the worst at pronunciation. Some of them I get right because I guess, but I'm really never sure. And but having you all aboard means so much. I try to get your names right, obviously. I hate to make a mistake when somebody's good enough to watch you and you butcher their name week in and week out. That could get old. Anyways, we're going to call it a night. I don't see any more awards going out. Let's check 31 and 2 real quick. I don't want to miss anybody there. We could get an 800 here with Scott Cooper. He has bowled well tonight. I'm going to walk down and check real quick. Bear with me. No, Scott Cooper had 278 in game 1, 198 in game 2. So he can't make it. Jen can't make it. So 2 wins tonight. Cooper Gates is so famous, fractal pronounced Cook Snowflake. Fractal pronounced? Oh my God. Fractal pronounced. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds very impressive. Hey, you did? You did? Come over here. Get over here. No way.
I did. Finally.
Jay Butler got 2 tonight?
2 tonight.
Wow.
Finally got
See,
2.
you were down the low end. I couldn't
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Tell me what, you had an 800 and over 300?
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. 2 more, so we had 4. You know, I don't get lanes 1 through 8. Maybe you got lucky. You didn't get the
I was
Litchi.
going to say, I didn't get the Larry kiss.
She says she didn't get the Larry kiss.
I've seen
Jay,
you do it so
everybody
many
knows.
times. Everybody knows. sorry.
Everybody knows.
Everybody
So you
knows.
did get 2 done.
Yes, I
Good
got
for
2.
you. I'm
Because everybody on
thrilled.
our team already had one except for me. I was the only one that didn't.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know you never won
Yeah,
one.
they ragged me about it.
You mean to tell me everybody won one but you? And, you know, people were starting to wonder about us giving away 20 last week and 2 this week. But it picked right up, so you doubled it. Good. Joe Panko, that's 2 more, so now we had 4.
Yeah.
So now we had 4, that's good. So when you borrow the cars, what do you do when you go home? Travel around? You take any trips?
Just cruise a little bit. One time we went to the Ladies Classic in St. Pete. So we were
Okay.
able to go over there.
So you went over there and drove around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever take them for 4 days, or did you only take them for 2?
No, we did take one for 4 days.
You did take it because
Yeah.
you come from Miami. It's a
Yeah,
little easier.
they were. Dave is super good about that.
I was at Coral Gables on Friday
Oh,
on 836 Northwest 23rd Street.
what are you doing in my part of town?
I was looking at a Mercedes that I left there.
Oh, is it still there?
It's still there. It was not worth. It was worth the ride over to look, and not worth the ride to drive it back. So, yeah, I took a ride. It's the first time I've been in Miami in a couple of years.
Wow.
And I was right there in Coral Gables, where it was my first PBA event in Florida was at Coliseum Lanes in Coral Gables in
Oh, yeah, that was a while
1970.
ago. Yeah.
That was a huge building. You remember
Yeah.
what that looked like?
I remember.
That
and
thing was
I
unbelievable. It was about 6 stories high, that place. It was crazy looking.
Never go there.
Yeah, it was an old dungeon. I averaged about 100, 190 there and never wanted to go back. Anyways,
Yeah.
congratulations, Jay.
Thank you very much.
Jay Butler with
Time to get on
2.
the road.
All right, just
Good
see
night.
you. All right, have a safe one. Good, Jay Butler with 2. See, I miss him down the low end, and naturally our cameras only go to 9 through 12. They go right here, but the league does bowl on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So good. We went to 4. I like that. All right, we're going to call it a night. Again, we want to thank all of you for being with us, and as usual, I want to wish all of you a lot of good luck and good bowling. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6:30. And again, thank you so much for joining us here at Robert Eddie's Lightning Strikes. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow, and thank you. Okay.